can tell you that there's a global pandemic on, and not just football's suffering, everybody in the world is suffering. So we're well aware of that. We're not immune to that. We're not on our own. So to be dealing with something like this now probably is no massive great surprise, because there's no crowds and no income for these football clubs. But what I will say is we have a group of players here and a group of, and a management staff and a staff at Tannadice that understand that. And we are now in discussions to come to a place where we can help the football club move through these times. And it's quite simple as that. There's no big dramas here. There's nothing that's worrying me about the situation, other than we just want to get to a place where, as I say, we can only concentrate on the football and just get on with things. And we've been saying it for weeks and months, saying it since it all first came. Football is all about fans. It revolves around the fans coming to the games. That's how we can be professional. So we understood, quite common sense would tell you, that the longer the fans stayed away, the less and less money is going into the football clubs, the more difficult it was going to become, and there's going to have to be a give somewhere. But we're adult about that. We understand that. We believe a good bunch of people, and we will do what's necessary in order to try and keep the football club moving forward until we get through this pandemic. I think because I've experienced it, I think I understand how it needs to be dealt with. I understand the urgency of it being dealt with and put to a place where we all know that's what's happening, let's go. But there's no mad confusion here. The club's very well organised. We've got a great owner and a great sporting director, and a good group of players that are in conversations with the owners in order to come to a place where it's important, and people at Tannadice as well. It comes to a place that we all know we're in a pandemic. Everybody's suffering around the world financially, and losing loved ones. We all understand that, and we will do what's necessary to move through this in the right way. I think we've only brought 2 lone players and 2 young lads, 2 probably permanents. No, I think it cut his cloth accordingly and sensibly. I think without doubt we'd be able to say that. I wouldn't even have an argument against that. Cut his cloth accordingly. It did it the right way. And we were always going to give a group of players the opportunity to become good Scottish Premiership players. So the plan was very brilliantly made by the people above me, and I contributed to it, and that never changed, and that was even within a pandemic. We understand that that's what we're in, and now we'll make we have a necessary plan that we'll put together now to get us through it until fans can come back, or we get some help, which football needs. Everybody knows in Scotland, football is a massive part of life in Scotland. And all the football clubs, just Dundee United, all of them, they need help. So it's as simple as that. Listen, we're still very early in, first of all, saying that it's time that we need to do something. We have accepted that, and now we're in discussion to what we have to do or don't do in order to. This is from the players and from the coaching staff and the staff at Tannadice to help the club get through this. So all credit to everybody concerned. We understand that. There has been no fuss about that. Nobody's kicking back at that. We'll get on with it. And what I will say is, I know what it's like now, all the fuss and the drama. We've even bowled Charles out today, which is unusual for our press conferences. No, we've got on with it, no fuss. We'll sort it. We'll get on with the football. We'll look for any excuses. Train properly, be professional, go and try and win games of football. You don't have to watch the news to see the stories are in the world. You don't have to listen that it's getting worse. You don't have to read about it, all the time. So we know that we're not immune to it. We're actually in incredibly different times to what we're used to. So it's not something that somebody's come along and went, oh, by the way, this is happening. You don't have to follow us around, see our training grounds, see the grounds that we go to, see the conditions that we're having to play under, which we're delighted that we're able to play. But we know there's no fans coming in. Fans are the lifeblood of pretty much most or all of football. And we need that to feed it. So it comes as no surprise that the longer that is going on, the less money that's coming in, there's going to have to be sacrifice somewhere to allow football to keep moving forward.
I think there's been some suggestions that certain players haven't been asked to take any sort of cut or deferment. I mean, are you able to confirm, have all the players been asked to take a cut, and is everybody singing on the same hymn sheet with regards to this?
Well, I can completely confirm. I don't know anything about the cut. I don't know anything about the percentages yet. We're in discussion about it. I don't even know if it's going to be cuts or whatever. We're in discussions as a group, as a football employees, as to the best way that we can help by making the sacrifices that are necessary in order to get Dundee United moving forward to try and get us through a pandemic. And that's the truth. And that's try to keep it as transparent as possible. There's no kicking back about it, like I say, but we are not at a place yet where anybody can say, well, this is going to happen, that's going to. We're still in early discussions about it. I'm not trying to be dramatic. We're in a pandemic. That's the bottom line. We all understand that. And our industry is what it is. It needs supporters. We're grateful that we're playing football at the minute, trust me. There's other people who aren't able to go to work in the morning. And we understand that. We are. So we were very grateful that we're able to do that. Come in every day and we'll do that. We'll stay professional. We'll train every day. We'll try and get the football club through this, as every day would do at any other companies that they work for or whatever, in Dundee, Glasgow, Edinburgh, whatever it is. We are all trying to get through this. And we are no different. If anybody has ever played football, you know that often is the escape that you have. But what I will say is there's no big dramas here. There is apps. I mean, I understand you guys have to ask these questions, but there is no big drama here. We understand. We watch the news. We understand the news. We knew that if crowds didn't come back, we would have to probably deal with something. We're all grown up. We'll make the sacrifices. We'll get the football club through this best way we can, like everybody else will do it in the country, and we will come out the other side of this.
Mark Ogren has said, that it could get messy. I mean, how big a concern is that for yourselves and the players when you're being asked to take wage cuts and, looking ahead, nobody really knows where this is all going to end?
Isn't that the same for everybody, though? That's the same for everybody in all industries. And I don't want to be sitting here and just saying that we are isolated. It's difficult times for everybody, and the longer it goes on, the more difficult it's going to become for everybody. But again, we'll adjust and adapt. We'll get on with it, and we'll do what's necessary to try and get through it the best way that we can.
Do you fear it could be a distraction for the players on the pitch when they're trying to concentrate on that with all of this going on in the background? I mean, it's hard enough times as it is playing in front of no fans, but to have this as well.
No, because I won't allow them. That's my job as the manager, to make sure that managers have jobs to try and, you can't go and play the game for them. But what you can do is help them in the best way possible in order to go and perform at the weekend. That's for jobs. And part of my job will be helping the players to understand that you have to focus on what you can handle. What is in your control. And what is in our control is to come in and be the best version of us every day, and we will be doing that, and we won't slack on that. And then we'll go on the weekends and we will try and perform for the football club the best way we can. And there'll be no excuses asked for and none given, because we wouldn't allow it, because we're a good group of people and we understand, this is the situation with this pandemic, but we're here to play football. We'll train the best way we can. We will play to our maximum, and we will look for the reasons to why we can't do that. Like I say, we're not saying woe is me and we're any worse than anybody else. Everybody is, this pandemic, as everybody is feeling it. We, like I said, and I really mean this, I in my own head understand whatever's necessary has to be done. I will do what I have to do, and the people who are working beside me and working with me, we will do the same. And that's all we'll concentrate on. I can't control anything else. But I'm sure I know and understand the spirit and the desire of the people of Dundee. They'll come through this, and they will do whatever's necessary to come through it the best way that we can. We're the football club that represents the fans of Dundee United, and we'll do the same.
Micky, what are your thoughts then? There is a football match on Saturday, of course. What are your thoughts ahead of facing Ross County? Yes. What are your thoughts ahead of facing Ross County? I'm
really looking forward to it. I keep on saying to you all the time, because I wanted using I don't see the fans anymore, as you know, so using my main mode of communication with them. So I understand where we're at as a team. We have to get the balance right between defending and scoring goals and creating chances and better at passing and all that, and all the kind of asks of becoming a better team. So I'm letting everybody know we're working towards that. So this week has been, as always, concentrated on trying to improve the things, and Saturday will give us the opportunity to see if we're moving forward at that at Tannadice. So we're looking forward to that. We had you only have to watch Ross County perform to know that you're going to have to be very good to get a result against them. I say that a lot of the times, or all of the times when I speak to you, because that's what the Scottish Premiership is like. Saturday will be no different. We'll get there and we'll look forward to getting a game of football on.
Micky, I'm just looking at things that you've said in the past about obviously, getting things balanced out, obviously, and blending the team together, etc. Is that where you see it's a work in progress at the moment? You've solved the problems that were at the back, and obviously from now on you're needing to look at midfield and further up to get the balance.
I'm loath to say I've solved. I think we know what we have to be good at. I think I tried to use my experience, as I've said before, of coming into this situation before, knowing that this team was in a transition up a level. A lot of them hadn't played in it. So I was going to allow that to unfold in front of me. I think that's common sense. I think certainly from an experience point of view. Then I was going to try and have a look at, see where the leaks were in the dam, if you like. And I was going to try and see them before they came, or try and when they come, try and fix them. And then keep it trying to move it forward all the time. Because nobody knew how this group was going to do in the Scottish Premiership. So I was very calm about just sitting back and watching that. And as I'm going along, improving it, but knowing you've got to get the balance right between defending and attacking all the time, regardless of where you are as a team. So we're just working on that at the minute. And at the minute, we're getting the clean sheets. We need to get better when we're going forward with the ball. As this is just said there, I don't want to go back over it again, of the first pass out, of the good defending, of the retaining the ball in good positions higher up the pitch, of getting the support to these people quickly and creating more chances. But what I will say is that I also will look at the league table, and I keep an eye on that, because the reason why we have league tables is to suggest where you are in terms of the overall picture at the minute. And I think if Dundee United was offered that at the start of the season, I think we had a bit in your hand off. But we understand we want to keep getting better and better, and that's exciting. We're pleased about that. We believe we can get better and better. So we want to keep improving at all the things. of all the asks of football. So we'll continue to do that as we go along, and we'll learn more about each other as we go along, and we'll take it as far as we possibly can, but by improving in all the areas that you need to improve in.
Okay, last one from me, Micky. Just in connection with the unusual situation that's happening this Saturday, that 2 professional football games are taking place 100 yards apart, kicking off at the same time. Is that something that's, a surprise, or, what's your thoughts?
Well, only in Scotland. Only in Scotland could that happen, so we're very unique. So congratulations to Scotland that we can get that kind of stuff on. Fantastic. So we'll get two clubs that are in really close proximity playing in two games. It's fantastic. So I'm just, to be honest with you, I'm just glad that we're getting football on. I'm delighted that people's working very hard to get these games going ahead, and the government's giving us the go ahead. So it's terrific. We're all wanting to happen is let's get the fans in. Let's get the fans in when we can safely get them in, and get back to what it was like. Because trust me, we've been involved in it now since start of pre-season. Without fans, it's just nowhere near the same.